Good day, everybody, and I personally welcome you to this short webinar, which I believe will help you get more done, especially as you run your school. I'm be talking on 5 things every smart educator should do before resuming from the midterm break. So I don't want to limit this video to just the midterm break alone, but all the time you find yourself running your school. So I hope that as by the end of this tutorial, I will have showed you 5 things you can actually do to transform your school from just being too administrative to an academic oriented institution. So, and I'll be using EduTrack as a case study, and I'll be showing you some of the features you can use to get more done in your school. So let's ride together today. Let me look at this first one. The midterm. The midterm is actually a very crucial time because number one, you have done the last 6 weeks in the school, appraising yourself. The teacher have done their task. The students are always coming to school. Everything is running smoothly. But I believe it's always a time for you to appraise yourself on what you have done in the last 6 weeks in school, and so that you'll be able to plan for the second half. And I tell you, the way your second half of the term will look like is determined by this few days break that you'll be having. And that's why I believe this video is very, very crucial. So most schools treat the break as a pause, but smart educators should treat it as a reset. It's actually a reset button. It's actually a reset button, a time for you to appraise what you have done and to evaluate everything you have done and look for better ways of getting more results. So imagine resuming where results takes 90 seconds. Your fees are tracked in real time and timetables are conflict free. It is not just a dream. That's what EduTrack can do. And I hope that I'll be able to point out some of these features and link it with every of the tutorials you have learned, I've shared already on EduTrack, and you can easily take the bold step, start implementing it before school resumes next week. Now, I want to pick this 5-point automation roadmap, which I want you to take, even if you can't perfect everything before school resumes, but the next 2 weeks after the school resume, you should have set up this 5 automation roadmap. So I'll be talking about result automation. EduTrack will reduce that from 4 days to 2 hours. Parent portal activation, you can do that. AI timetable generation, billing automation, e-learning readiness. Actually, I just pick 5 out of numerous things you can do with EduTrack. So let me just play with these 5 for the purpose of this webinar. Now, you need to end the result chaos. I know the pain. I was once an educator in the classroom using my marker. I did that for several years, so I understand what result compilation really looks like. And to even add to my experience, I was one of those that are in charge of the result examination and result compilation, and I know what I face at times. Managing my own class and subjects taking, and also going to the computer lab to sort out results, whereby I will have to stay even late into the night, try to make sure the software we use then, the teachers also, getting home very late because it's exam period. No, you don't need to spend 4 days compiling results from 12 teachers into one messy Excel sheet. And as many schools that have used EduTrack, you know that the only time you'll be needing Excel is when you want to populate your templates and bring it into EduTrack. And once it's inside EduTrack, you don't need to populate anything again. You just need to slot in the eggs into your crates. So Teachers can now enter scores once, and broad sheet is generated in 90 seconds. So immediately your full result for the term is completely done. You can generate your broadsheet easily. There's no stress. So you don't have sleepless nights for admins again. Then zero errors in compilation. EduTrack does not make mistake. It is what you bring in that you give out to you. It is garbage in, garbage out. So once your results are right, we have made EduTrack to be in such a way that even when you make mistakes, EduTrack will still point it out to you that the data you are feeding me is wrong, and you correct yourself before you finally finish your result compilation. So you don't also you should stop printing and start publishing. So the old way, you print, you cut, you physically distribute 400 report cards. I understand that, and one of the challenges we have then is the fact that we'll have to print out results for students, and we have up to like 4 printers in our school. Then my school was actually a very big school, so we have like 4 to 5 printers, and at times maybe out of the 5 printers only 2 will be working, and you have to print results for like 400, 500, even 600 students. So it's not a joke. So but with EduTrack, you don't need to print out results. We have reduced the result printing, so we have cut the cost away. So just need to generate your PDF, and if you like, you can print it out. If you like, you can send that PDF to parent via WhatsApp on EduTrack. It's fine and good. It's all good. You can even send them via email. It is still fine. Or you can tell the parents to go into their portal, sign in into their portal, and they see the results of their pupil or their students at the end of the term. So I hope you will go and look at how to prepare your school for exams, how to set exams, and how to input results. So that video should help you out with this. So let's go. Last time result compilation took 4 days. This time with EduTrack it took 2 hours. But that's one of our testimonials. So I had to share it with us here. So that's the power of EduTrack. Number 2, most schools owners, one of their challenges is really reaching out to parents. Communicating with parents and making sure that parents are on the same page with them. One of the ways they do that is by WhatsApp call and all that. And getting managing this could be very, very cumbersome. But what if I told you that with EduTrack there's a secure linking of parents to their children profile? So every child, every student in your school is linked to their parents. They are directly linked to their parents. So whatever is happening in the life of the children or the students in the school, the parents have access to it. So, and also with EduTrack, result, fee balance, their fee payment history, their attendance history, even the gate attendance feature that we added, everything will be inside the parents' portal. So that's one plus that EduTrack will give to you. Then, of course, you can use what we call the communication hub of EduTrack to create school-wide announcement to parents, to teachers, to staffs, and all that. You can send newsletter instead of printing out newsletter. You can send it. If you have special updates, midterm break notifications, all this can be done on the parent portal. So no more 50 missed calls from parents checking results. You just need to refer them to their portal, and they see the result. If they want to print it out, they can print it out. It's as easy as that. So from phone calls to portals. So you stop managing parents' queries via WhatsApp and phone calls. So you now start a professional dedicated portal for every parent, and that's what EduTrack will do for you. So the benefit of this is that it builds transparency, trust, professionalism, and of course, once that is already in your system, you discover that you will attract more enrollment into your school business. So when a parent can check a result on portal at 8 p.m. So you are no longer just a school, you are a modern educational institution. So these are the experiences that we want you to have when you use EduTrack. So, and I believe you're already having it if you're already on this operating system. So the third point is timetable. Yes, this is another hurdle. This is another painstaking task. And it is the VPs and HODs that bear these brunt, or headmistress or headmaster if he's in the primary school. They bear the brunt. I remember while I was teaching, before our timetable gets stable, it will be maybe in the 4th week, because we have classes with different arms. So you have like 4 or 5 arms in a class. So how to generate such timetable, it will be very, very tedious. But what if I told you that those are the experiences that made us build EduTrack anyway? So in case you don't know the backstory to EduTrack, it is one of the pains that people like me have passed through in the classroom, and I feel we can do better. So that's it. So even VPs will spend their weekends shuffling papers to avoid clashes, and now you have AI generated timetable that is conflict free. So it's just, you can even drag and drop it. Just try, pick this person, drop it there and all that. So this feature has the capacity to handle teachers' availability and room constraint automatically. And let me also add this to the picture, that with EduTrack, you can also generate your exam timetable. Once your exam of course, your exam will be approaching now. So I would advise that you start using that feature. Start using EduTrack to generate your exam timetable. It's going to help you quite a lot. The 8-minute miracle, manual method, shuffling papers. Of course, you find errors every day. You use Tipex or cleaner to clean, that big cardboard, just to make sure that the timetable aligns. So with our AI method on EduTrack, you define the constraint. This teacher will not be available between this period and this period. Then, once the constraint has been met, in fact, you put them in classrooms too. Just click generate, and all the clashes, they are removed automatically. So your VP will have more time to spend with their families, and of course, your school would be much saner than it used to be. So AI is your new power. Timetable, lesson plans, and exam questions generated by AI. That's another beautiful thing that you need to know as a smart educator. And we build AI to leverage our AI models. So if you have Gemini, OpenAI, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, OpenRouter, you can use some of the keys and start using it on EduTrack. Now, I think I hold us also a tutorial. I'm going to be sharing it with those that are already on EduTrack. I'll show you how to generate a free AI key that will work with EduTrack, so that your teachers can use the AI key to generate lesson plans, to run the exam questions the way they want it. So I will show you how to do that in some of our subsequent videos. So please, if I forget, please remind me that I need to create a video on AI features of EduTrack, so I can run you through how that works, so that you won't be paying ChatGPT and Gemini monthly. So I'll show you how to find your way around that. So we also have what we call the automated billing and fee. That's the fourth thing that you need to do. It's very, very important. I understand how very, very difficult it is for school owners to reconcile their numbers. Parents will come to school and start acting up, start playing tantrums, start disrupting the school activities, maybe because the student is not owing, but the school is saying the student is owing. The parents will not be happy, and they want to express their displeasure on such. So with automated billing on EduTrack, as a smart school owner, you don't need to do that. So we just have a one-click invoice. You can generate invoice. If you have 100 students in a class, with one click, you can generate an invoice for all of them in minutes. And if you want to print it out for them, print it out. If you don't want to print it out, they will get it on their portal. That's another thing. The parents will get it there, make payment there. And of course, the PayStack integration, we also accept online payments automatically. So if you want to start, you want your parents to pay school fee and other fee online using EduTrack, please just reach out to us. Our development team will help you integrate that at a very affordable cost. But you should bear it in mind that for every payment that is made on pay stack, you will have to part with a commission. So I think it's 10%. So if somebody sends 9,000 naira to the school account, pay stack will remove like 1,000. So if you are ready to bear the cost, then do your pay stack integration. Will help you out with that. But without that, manually, very smooth system. In our previous tutorials, I've showed you how to work around finance, your invoice and all that. So you can go back to watching the videos. If you're watching the video on YouTube, just ask for the tutorials. Will just send us a message on the tutorial on the number that is being displayed on the screen, and we'll send you the tutorial so you can see and use that. So of course we have real-time tracking. So we have a dedicated dashboard for debtors management. So we have also made a tutorial on that to show you how that is done. Digital receipts. So no more manual handwriting of receipt. So if you are not doing that, the receipts created are digitized receipt. You can now print it out. It's possible. But of course, the receipt also is on the portal. So just log in, parents log in, and they see their receipt. It's as sweet as that. Total financial visibility, flexible fee structure tailored by class and term. We have done that. Instant report on collection versus outstanding balance. So I've also showed you, I've done tutorials on that. So please, you can watch any of our tutorials on this. With that, we've reduced leakages and increased recovery rate through digital reminders. So on the communication hub, you can send digital reminders to parents that are going your school via WhatsApp or via email. So you don't need to start typing emails and copying them. No. With EduTrack, just pick the name of the teachers and the name of the parents, their name, their profile there, and type a message. And once your email settings is correct on your portal, the parent will receive the email. Of course, WhatsApp, that one is also very, very easy to do. So now, of course, I want to believe most of us watching this video were already on EduTrack. So, and I believe all of us are enjoying the Legend license. For now, EduTrack is still doing lifetime license, which is the cost is 125,000 naira. So you don't need to pay per student per term. You don't need that. So you just pay once. You own the software for life. So if we are going to help you host it, we are only hosting it on your behalf. If you tell us tomorrow that EduTrack, please, we are not doing a deal with you, we need our software back, no question asked, we will send you your software, every of your records, your student records, everything will be sent to you, no question asked. So if you want to run EduTrack locally, you don't want to start paying money for server and all that, it's also cool. Buy the license and you're good to go. Of course, you cannot run EduTrack without the license. It will not work. So that's why you need to buy the license. Even if I give you the software for free, you will still be asked for the license. So that's it. Now, this is very, very important. Now, I know quite a lot of students, a lot of schools don't pay attention to this, which is preload e-learning resources. Please, especially if you're a school owner that is keen on adopting digital technology, please start imbibing the culture to your teachers. And there's nothing bad if your teachers start uploading videos, YouTube videos that they find interesting, and maybe during this break or during the weekend when they are going for their weekend break, they can send them videos upon videos for them to go and watch at home and do a little bit of revision and assignment. Remember one of our tutorials when I showed you how to use the learning centers. So you can watch the video again and start to implement something around that. So teachers can have material, presentation, video link, web page. Please push it to the student. Let them also read. We have CBT engine, so you can create, schedule, and auto-grade exams. You can even pull up exam if your school train your student for JAMB and WAEC, for UTME or WAEC or SSC. You can, get past questions. Of course, if you need past questions, please let us know. We'll help you get up to 7,000. Is it 7,000? 5,000 to 7,000 questions, past questions. But just pay us a token. It's very affordable. Don't worry. Just reach out to us, and we'll tell you how to do that. And it doesn't cost you. It doesn't take time. So in less than 2-3 hours, your question bank will be full of WAEC, past WAEC, and JAMB questions. They will be full of it. So just let us know. If you don't want to just be dropping questions, your teacher does video, you want external questions, please let us know. We won't charge you much. All we just need is money for logistics and to pay the person that will handle that for your school. So that's just what you are paying. Then of course data will be used. So that's why we can do it for free for you. So CBT engine is there, it's working. Live classroom, you can start telling your teachers to start test running the integrated Google Meet for virtual session. Already a tutorial is there to help you out with this, so you don't need to stress and struggle with that. Then of course assignment management, I've told you that you don't only need to give paper assignment for them to submit on their notes. No, you can tell them to go on their portal and then they share their answers with you, and you mark it also. It's also part of the tutorial that we have done previously. So please ask for those tutorials if you need to learn how to go about all this. Now, beyond the physical board, you need to prepare your student for a digital world with structured virtual classroom. I think I've said that quite a lot. Of course, we have question banks. I've also spoken about that. Reusable item for JAM and YS type preparation is there. Then, of course, you can also use AI to generate exams. Yeah, that's another beautiful thing about EduTrack. So, recorded sessions, you ensure no student is left behind. And if your school uses Google YouTube Live, you can get a recorded session and paste it back into EduTrack so your student can rewatch the videos. Or if you run Zoom Live as well, you can get the recordings, upload it on YouTube, share the link also with the students so they can, view the recordings again. So stop the chaos. Start using EduTrack operating system. Don't let another time begin with manual stress. So we have created EduTrack to help you reduce, to help you increase productivity by 60%, such that you'll be able to face the most important task by which your school was created, which is academics. So let EduTrack do more of your administrative and even enhance your class and academic delivery. That is what EduTrack is all about. And I hope this short but insightful webinar or video has been helpful. So if you are new to EduTrack, that's the link on the screen. You can start your 14 days free trial. You are not submitting any credit card. Just create an account there and start using it. Start running. And if you feel what you see there, I know you will feel joyful with what you see. Just upgrade to our lifetime license. That will save you the stress. Just upgrade from these 14 days. Tell us. We'll help you upgrade from these 14 days. And we'll copy your files into the lifetime license. So you are free to check the website out. If you have any question, please screen the numbers that has been scrolling on the screen. You can call us, WhatsApp those numbers, and we'll get back to you. So if this video has been beneficial, I know there's an educator, there's a school owner that needs to watch this video. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Shunde Abiola David, and I am the CTO of EduTrack by TrackTech. EduTrack is a software developed, maintained by TrackTech Digitals. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye for now.